Hey, what's up, y'all? I want to talk about identity today. That's today's topic, man. Identity. Like a lot of people in the world have like an identity, and I don't really relate to that. Even though you look at me, you could obviously tell that I'm black, African American. I'm a certain age. I'm 39 or whatever, but I'm a male, so that's supposed to be like my identity. And everyone just about walks around and like they have an identity, and it like gives them a sense of who they are. Now, isn't it interesting to think that you can have no identity whatsoever and not be confined by that? Most people would lose their minds if they don't have an identity to associate with. And that's me, man. I think I probably read too much philosophy or whatever, to the point where I'm able to separate myself from my identity or the archetypes or the stereotypes. You know, that you don't walk around constantly thinking about an identity, like who you are, or you're a hip hopper, or you're a punk, or you're a gangster, or you're a normal person, you're a suburban dude, all that kind of stuff. That a lot of people get their identity from their job, blue collar, white collar, professional, and I don't get that. I work for a living, I'm a blue collar worker, but I just consider myself no artist. No, better yet, I consider myself a human being, a person, a human being, homo, whatever, homo erectus, homo sapien. Yeah, consider myself a human being, and that's my identity. It's hard to find in the world someone that doesn't have an identity, that doesn't identify as something and clutch to it. Like you're an African, you're Asian, you're German, you're a lesbian, or you're, you're ugly. Some type of group you fit in with, man. It's just unusual. But I really don't identify with any. I don't even think along those terms. Having an identity. Wrote a poem about it. It was kind of well received on Instagram or whatever, but it is what it is. A lot of artists, so-called artists, have that problem with not really clinging to an identity. If you don't have anything to cling onto, an identity is like solid ground. It's like a tree. It's a rock. Like you hold on to it. Without an identity, you're kind of rudderless. You're kind of a wanderer, a gypsy, or whatever. I don't know. But you're free to mingle from group to group, city to city, coming and going. I'm not even like that, but I don't have an identity. I don't feel like. But yet, an identity does not define who I am. I might have an identity, associate black African American, but it don't define who I am. So many other people, that's all they have is a fucking identity. Yeah. And they cling on to it. And they be like, yo, my group did this, and my group, we invented that, and that's their identity. But they didn't do it themselves. Somebody else did, but they identify as that. I don't know. It's weak to me, so. But later. Real talk.